Good design is good business. We begin part 2 of our visit to San Francisco's Farina restaurant by asking the architect about his design inspiration for the space.
There was something about the purity of the products which we were going to be serving, which is primarily focaccia and pasta, about the really simple ingredients. And there was always a desire to translate that simplicity into material palette. So it was decided early on to utilize solid raw materials, simple, basic, that had a good sort of resonance between one another and had a strong presence in the space. So we looked at using these old reclaimed marble sinks found in a salvage yard outside of Genoa. And the beautiful thing about the marble sinks was that it imparts an idea of domesticity, of use in a kitchen, and finding a way to join those pieces together to create some sort of sculptural presence in the space.
And Brett, what were the goals in terms of how the design would enhance Farina's overall business success?
I think the original goal was really about finding a balance between the circulation, informality of a daytime experience, maximizing the amount of natural light that enters the space, and then finding a way to a design which can very easily transform itself from a daytime experience to a nighttime experience.
Show us some of the specific design decisions that helped the space achieve this day-night transformation.
During the daytime, this was meant to be used for focaccia displays. All the focaccia would be on display here and be served on top of the glass counter. At nighttime, since obviously you won't be serving takeaway focaccia in the evening, so that these tabletops would actually slide out, and these can be used for nighttime seating. So it's a very simple way of transforming the space from daytime use to nighttime.
The one really big design gesture in the space, Brett, is the curved front area of the restaurant. Tell us more about it.
This gesture, I think, I was torn between whether it was going overboard for restaurant design and or it would actually fit well into the neighborhood. And in the end, I think it fits quite well because it's an attractor to people walking down 18th Street. It's something unusual they haven't seen before, and it creates a kind of theatrical environment for in the nighttime when the restaurant is full and there are people sitting outside. You have this huge curving window storefront, and people can see the activity inside from the exterior. So I think that's a real draw for the neighborhood. What I like about it is it's the fact that it's contextual to the rest of the neighborhood, the old Victorians, and it might not be readily apparent when you first arrive in the restaurant, but over time I think you begin to see that relationship between the old Victorian corner windows and the restaurant.
Any other benefits to this curving facade?
Bringing the storefront inboard so we could have outdoor seating inside of the property line, just in case we didn't get a permit for outdoor seating.
This is an adaptive reuse project. Tell us how the existing building was integrated into Farina.
It was an old Danish cookie factory, and there was a beautiful old 1950s sign cantilevered outside of the building. So we decided to try to laser cut out circular shapes out of this old signage, and we did a couple samples and it came out quite nice, and we ended up using those for the tabletops in the restaurant. You know, in the restaurant we tried to reclaim and reuse as much as possible, from the wood to the marble to the tabletops. And in the old cookie factory there was an old dough mixer, and I was so intrigued with this old piece of derelict machinery. It had a beautiful handle, and we didn't quite know we were going to sort of throw away the machinery, and I came in one night with a Sawzall late at night, and I actually cut off the handle, and thought it would make a great handle for the front door.
Finally, we asked the owner how important Farina's design is in the restaurant's overall success.
It's a key element. Indeed, everybody's saying that Farina is one of a kind.